All right, guys, let's talk about this e-bike. Now, this bike is spec'd out, and it's also a beast. This, I put it in Hummer classification, or Hummer category when it comes to e-bikes. We're talking about, first of all, 26-inch Kenda tires, puncture resistant. 4-inch fat tires, as you can see, with fantastic tread. In addition to that, you have a 750 watt motor, a 48-mile range, and we're going to see what the top speed on this baby is. It has a Rimozo front suspension fork that is going to give you a really pleasant ride. It has 5 pedal assist modes. Let's go ahead and put one of those to work. So pedal assist is on now. It's running out of breath there for a second. As you can see here, life is good again. It does also have, I just want to say, one of the most, awe-inspiring presence when it comes to bikes. This thing, again, is a looker. Anyone who passes me up, it's like, has to stop and look, because she's big. She's really big. So we're also talking about a hydraulic brake system. So you want to stop, it will stop. And it stops nice and smooth, or it will stop all of a sudden. It also has, obviously, front and rear disc brakes, which is going to give you a very balanced stop when you have to stop. The fork, as I was mentioning, the Mozo fork is really pleasant. I haven't really adjusted anything. I'm right now using the stock settings, haven't done anything. But I will say that this bike is really designed to go on all terrain. It really is. Now, despite it being able to go anywhere, one of the things I'll mention about the bike is that it's very quiet. This is a really quiet bike. It does have a 7-speed Shimano system. So I'm right now on gear 5. And it is very comfortable, especially with that pedal assist. It is uber comfortable to ride. I just really, really like the overall pedal assist, and just the way the power gets introduced to your pedal is very natural. It's not something that you feel that you're going to be jerked out of the bike in any way. So love the fact that it feels, again, so nice. Now you'll notice that I have some accessories with me today. So first of all, I have a rear rack on this bike because it has a payload of 330 pounds. So you can carry groceries, some goodies behind you. The other thing that I have is a side mirror, right? So this side mirror is going to give me, again, the ability to see what's going on behind me, right? Although I am very much seen in this bike. No issues here. The bike has, I would say, one of the most striking front LED lights that I've seen on a bike. I really like the square pronounced nature of the LED that you have in front. So that is really, really nice as well. It has a color display, but I'll say that I'm having difficulty reading it in direct sunlight. We'll have to see if there's a brightness setting. Now, as far as controls go, you have a really nice cluster here going on. The handlebar is wider, obviously, because of the stockiness of this bike. But I will say that everything is within reach. I have on this side, obviously, my brake, and I have my power system here. I can determine to turn it on, turn it off, turn off the lights. I also have my pedal assist modes here on the side. I do have in the middle my display, and again, everything is easy to access. Shimano system on the side here, can gear up, gear down. And then I have the throttle on this side. The grips, one thing I'll notice about the grips is that most bikes that we've been reviewing have a wrist support on here. And it may be because since this is really about a hunting bike, it's about all terrain, it doesn't have the standard wrist support that you would see on some e-bikes. The actual grippiness of it is there. It actually has almost like it's rigid, but also very grippy, the material. I just can't describe it. It has like the stipple to it that's really nice. What we're going to be doing is we're going to check out acceleration in a couple seconds. This is going to be too short of a run, so we'll do an acceleration test in a second. But looking at the fork, you do have adjustment capabilities within reach right here. Not that I would advise that you do this while riding, but if you're an experienced rider and you want to go ahead and modify it as you ride, it's easy to reach right here and make that adjustment, as well as that there's a locking area as well. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of like a speed test. And we're going to see how quickly with pedal assist can we go. All right, so we're kicking in, and it says I am clocking it around 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 24.5, and you can see the effort. Not a lot of effort going on here, guys. 24, 25, 25.5 miles an hour. That's pretty spectacular. And you saw my breath. Not a lot of effort needed in order to pick up that speed. That is impressive. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to run through another test. Now, this one is going to be not with pedal assist, but this time we're going to do 100% electric. We're going to see how fast this goes. All right, so coming almost from a complete stop, right? We're going to go ahead and do the electric. All right, full throttle, calling out the speed, 10 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour, 18 miles an hour, 19 miles an hour, 21 miles an hour, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, right before hitting the stop. That wasn't bad. That was really good. Let's go ahead and do that again. We're going to hit it, and we're going to see when do we hit again 25 miles an hour. Let's see, 22, 25. Can we do 26? Can we do 26? 25.5, 25.5, 25.4, 25.5, I think is as fast as she goes. Let's see if I can get a little aerodynamic here and we can go faster. It doesn't look though. Let's go ahead and come to the stop. Now guys, you've heard me many times describe bikes as the woohoo bike. Like you go woohoo! So you know what? This is definitely one of them. We are right now going to clock ourselves with the speed cam that's coming up. The bike says we're hitting 25 miles an hour. We'll see what our computer tells us when we do the video editing. But I'm going to try to get as aerodynamic as I can, and we're going to see what the speed cam tells us. Speed cam is coming up, and it is clocking me. Can you guys see that? 24, 25 miles an hour. That is spectacular. Love it, love it, love it. All right, now guys, we're going to do a bump test. So we're going to go into some roughy terrain. Not going to be like dangerous or anything, but this trail does have a lot of bumps to it, even though it is paved. And I just want to see how well the bike really goes through it. How much pressure does it put on my wrists? So we're going to see that in a second. All right, and we're going to do this all electric. So this is really bumpy here. On your left. A lot of families out today. And the bumpiness is definitely present, but the bike is doing well. I don't really hear much of any rattle outside of my camera gear that's making some noise. But it's doing really, really well. So who's this bike for? I'd say anyone who wants power. That's number one, because this thing has power. Two, anyone 5'8" to 6'8". Now, I'm 5'6", 6.5". I'd love to be taller, but I'm not. And I'm doing fine on this bike. So I'd say, just in my opinion, right, if you're 5'6", you're fine. I think Nilda would be afraid of this bike. She was looking at it. She says, "Oh, that's too much of a bike for me," because it is stocky. It has presence and it has power.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.